One key goal when you're migrating to AWS is, of course, going to be innovation, right? You want to make improvements to your applications, to your infrastructure. So let's go ahead and discuss how we innovate with AWS. So, how can you innovate with AWS services? Well, we already know that AWS provides a full catalog of services, and they all help you solve a certain problem. So they enable rapid innovation by offering scalable, flexible, and cost-efficient solutions. As always, right, you pay for what you need. So to effectively innovate in the cloud, businesses must define the current state where they are now, the desired state where they want to be, and then the problems they want to solve. So if you identify those three things, then you know what you need from AWS, which services are going to serve you best. So let's explore some areas in which AWS helps ensure your organization is properly equipped to drive innovation in the cloud, right? We want to improve our systems. So we've already discussed serverless. So serverless is an example of a platform as a service, right? Where you don't have to handle and fine tune all the infrastructure. You kind of just drop it in and get to work. So serverless refers to applications that don't require you to provision, maintain, or administer the infrastructure or servers. Now, of course, there are servers involved. Remember, AWS has the servers. It's kind of a misnomer, not the best name, because again, servers are involved. So you don't need to worry about the fault tolerance or availability. AWS handles these capabilities for you. So if you need to scale up or scale down resources, it does this automatically for you. AWS Lambda is a great example of a serverless compute option in AWS. So if you configure Lambda functions to trigger or run your code, you can bypass the need to manage the infrastructure, right? These Lambda functions are all the configuration you have to do. AWS handles the rest. The load balancing, the auto scaling, making sure that your app is ready for all sorts of traffic. So serverless applications enable your developers to focus on their core product instead of managing or operating the servers. AI is another area, really hot one in innovation nowadays. So AWS now offers a variety of services powered by artificial intelligence. So Transcribe, Amazon Transcribe helps you convert speech to text. So you can talk into your computer, right? And then it'll generate text based on what you're saying. Amazon Comprehend can discover patterns in text. So if you need to read through text, right, and find a pattern in it, then you can use Amazon Comprehend, AI tools. If you need to identify fraudulent online activities, you can use Amazon Fraud Detector. If you need to build voice and text chatbots for your users or people in your organization to interface with, to work with, you can use Amazon Lex. Think of those chatbots, right, that you see in customer service platforms. Machine learning, intimately tied to artificial intelligence. AWS has an offering for that. One of their main offerings is Amazon SageMaker, which makes it easier to build, train, and deploy machine learning models relatively quickly. So you can use machine learning to analyze data, solve complex problems, and predict outcomes before they happen. So yeah, machine learning is all about learning from the data, making predictions based on that data by identifying the patterns in the data. So traditional machine learning development is complex, expensive, time consuming, and error prone, but SageMaker removes a lot of the difficult work from that process. If you're a coder, Amazon also has your back in terms of innovation. So if your developers need to do some programming, there's Amazon Q Developer, which is an AI powered coding assistant designed to help developers write, debug, and optimize code faster than using natural language prompts. So just like if you've used ChatGPT, right, for your classes, well, think of Amazon Q Developer as an IDE or an development environment, but with a chatbot kind of integrated into it. AI chatbot, I should say. So integrates with AWS tools and IDEs to streamline software development. It features code generation, so it can actually auto-suggest code, code explanation, and debugging, and retrieves relevant AWS documentation and coding examples to boost the developers' productivity. Remember, one of the ways that you can interface with AWS, you don't have to do it through the management console. You could do it through the CLI. That's one option. And you can also do it through SDKs, software development kits. So if you're writing code in JavaScript, in Java, in Python, you can tell AWS what to do directly from your code. So using QDeveloper is going to give you the relevant AWS documentation so you can interface with AWS cloud effectively through these programming languages. So yeah, three ways to do it. There's the console, there's the CLI, the command line interface, right, where you just type in AWS commands, and there's also through programming languages, which is probably the most difficult. You need the most knowledge, right, to do that. So that's it for this lesson. Relatively short one. So migration, right? Remember, there's the cloud adoption framework, which is the guidelines on how to migrate. There's the different ways to migrate through the migration strategies, and then innovation is just why you should move to AWS, right? Because it's going to help you improve your applications, your systems, and hopefully make you more profitable and save money.